Hey guys, Dave here, your favorite loan officer, coming at you again with another video. Probably the number one question that people ask, hey, you know, you said my closing costs for this, but I'm bringing this much to closing. Uh, what gives, right? Like what does that mean? You quoted me a certain amount of closing costs. Well, hang on, I'm bringing all this money to closing. Well, here's the thing. There are two different items. There are the total of your closing costs, and then there is cash to close. And those two are completely different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to actually start uh, with the same loan amount as a payoff on this one. And you'll see that, the total of closing costs, or the total cost on your loan, which is, basically the total of what the lender charges, the title company, the county charges, and the appraiser, all of those items, that's your total cost. You'll see that that's different than this figure here to the right, the cash to close, right? So wait a minute, if your total cost is $2,900 and your payoff is $450 and your loan amount's $450, why are you bringing almost $9,000 to closing, right? Like, that's the number one question. Well, part of that is your escrow setup. You got to set up a new escrow account. Usually when you set up a new one, your old one will either, kind of like pay the taxes, or you might get a big escrow refund. But this is just kind of like to explain that concept to you. And I just want to kind of show you how it works on this calculator. So really, any of these costs, you don't necessarily have to pay out of pocket. You can actually move your loan amount around and then come to closing with however much cash you want. So as an example, we currently have like a total cost right under $2,900 on this one. If I move the loan amount back to where it was at the beginning, 459, notice what happens to cash to close when I click the enter button here. So boom, instead of cash to close, it becomes cash to borrower, and at closing, you'll get, $285 back, right? Now, actually, you can get, in most cases, there are some rules that override this, but in most cases, you can get up to $2,000 back at closing without turning your loan into a cash out loan. Now, cash out loans, they actually have, the pricing is a little higher than non-cash out or rate and term type loans. But actually, you don't necessarily need to bring all of those funds to closing. You can actually equalize that by moving your loan amount up. Okay, now I'm going to leave you guys with something pretty powerful here. If you ever have any confusion of like, hey, why is why is my cash to close so high when my total cost is low? I'm going to leave you with this formula, and this is something that you can program into Excel. Okay, and here it is right here: your payoff plus your total cost plus whatever the total of your new escrow account setup is, your escrow and prepaids, all those together, minus appraisal. Now, the reason you're subtracting appraisal is because appraisal has been paid up front. It's the only closing costs that gets paid up front. The reason is that guy has to get paid whether you close the loan or not, right? So you don't pay it again at closing because you've already paid it if it's needed. So you'll subtract appraisal out of that after adding those three things, subtract appraisal, then you'll get a subtotal. Once you have the subtotal, subtract the loan amount, and then boom, there's your cash to close. I hope that is absolutely helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.